Welcome back to Loveland Report and Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger. I've got a couple listings for you real quick. I want to go through these, give people an idea of what's on the market out there. $230,000 for 1,300 square feet. And this is in Traditions. This is a 55-plus community with a great clubhouse. This is a single-family home on the water, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, big open living area, laminate floors, tile in the kitchens, carpet in the bedrooms, just beautiful views from the master and the living areas of the water out back. And that's $230,000. I've got custom home, downtown Oviedo, $875,000, 3,800 square feet with an in-law suite. And this is a builder's personal home. They always put loads of extras in this. You got travertine floors on the whole first floor. You got bamboo wood on the top floor. Master, enormous master. The in-law suite is not just one room. It's a separate bedroom, laundry room, and then a big bonus room, living area for $875,000, downtown Oviedo. No HOA on that. And then we go to Greater Hills, $399,000 for 1,800 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Thoughtfully updated. You've got neutral colors throughout. You still got, even with 4 bedrooms, the owner, back when the owner, this is an original owner home, when they built it, the owner said, hey, can you stretch that house? This is the good old days. They just told the builder, hey, can you stretch that floor plan for me 4 feet? Boom, extra room in the bedrooms. Kind of neat when they used to be able to do that. And you can't get anything like that done nowadays. $399,000 for that, right edge of Claremont. Great location because you're right on 55 minutes from the turnpike. Mount Dora Country Club for $649,000, 3,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a pool. Now, this has no rear neighbors behind it. Most beautiful street in Mount Dora Country Club. And you got lakefronts down the street for up over $1 million. This house, double master bedroom. So full ensuite with it, not just a one shower, this has the garden tub and shower in each master, big high ceilings, the family room, the kitchen, the living room, and the master all view the pool out back. And then this screen porch is actually big enough, Bruce. I think you could tape out a pickleball court inside the screen cage out back. $649,000 for that. And then this one's beautiful. This one will go quickly. $669,000 for 3,400 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths with a pool. This is in Amber Hill. This is a custom neighborhood in Claremont. So you got a half-acre lot. You got lake access to the Claremont chain. $669,000, 4-car garage, paid off solar panels.
Nice.
And this house, these homes are selling in the 7s. This one needs some updating. It's livable, but it needs updating. So that's why we are about $70,000 below the last sales at $669,000. This little lady's decided she's going to downsize into a 55 plus. But that's a beautiful house. That will go side entry garage, enormous lot, very private.
Big 4-car garage.
Yeah. Yep. I'd love that. All right. And then I've got a starter home. Belle Isle, $330,000, 1,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Somebody at some point added a master bedroom onto this. So you got the house was 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. They added a full master, big living area on the back of it. It's 1,800 square feet. The Florida room out back is another 300 square feet, and that's $330,000 in Belle Isle. That is the best price per square foot on that.
Really does seem like a good price.
And then I've got a lakefront in Deltona for $450,000, 2,000 square feet with a pool. This is one of the best priced pool homes and lakefront in Deltona. So give me a call if you want to take a look at any of these, 407-352-8118. Or if you're hunting for a home or you want to make a real estate plan, call me at 407-352-8118 or go to cleveloveland.com.
All right. The state of Florida has come back out with the Hometown Heroes program, which is designed for heroes, healthcare workers, educators, first responders, military members, active military, veterans, child care, court employees. It goes on and on. You can get up to $35,000 toward your down payment assistance.
Question. That says veterans.
Yes.
Now, would they use a VA and then still get that assistance?
Absolutely.
Use a VA loan, then still get that assistance?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep. And a veteran does not have to be the first-time home buyer. This is a first-time home buyer program, but if you are a veteran or active military duty, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. You could already own a home.
Oh, wow.
And here's the great thing about this. You can own a home and still get Hometown Heroes. There's certain ways you can do it. You can also have non-occupying co-borrowers. So let's just say you're a nurse and you make $65,000 a year, but you needed really about $85,000 to qualify for the house you want. But mom and dad are willing to co-sign. No down payment assistance program will allow co-signers because they're not living in the property.
Okay.
Hometown Heroes has no problem with it.
Great.
They and mom and dad live in Michigan, wherever they live. They don't have to live in, they can live anywhere they
Yep.
wanted to, but they already own a home.
Yep.
So they're already homeowners. This program works for that. It absolutely does. So there's all kinds of employment that you could fall into these categories: nurses, doctors, technicians, teachers, school staff, police, firefighters, EMTs. It goes on and on, up to 35,000. Here's how it works. You take your purchase price and then you decide what type of loan we're going to get, whether you're conventional, FHA, or VA. Then you get 5% of the loan amount, not the purchase price, of the loan amount toward your down payment assistance up to $35,000.
Wow.
Now,
does that have to be paid back, or they just have to own
so
the home
here's
for a
the
certain
thing.
amount of time?
Nope. It will eventually it has to be paid back. But think about this. It's zero interest. As long as you occupy the property as your primary residence, you don't have to pay it back until the loan is paid off. Once you've paid the house off, you have to pay the down payment assistance.
Okay.
But there was no interest that accrued.
Or if you sold it in 5 or 10 years.
If you sold it at any time, you have to pay it back.
But you're still
if
building
you
equity.
Rented it,
yeah.
If you rent it, you have to pay it
so
back.
It's just, so it's there. It'd be hard to turn it into a rental. You'd have to pay that back. But so it just, the mortgage balance is still going down.
Mortgage balance is going down. It gets you into a home.
Yep.
For all of you that out there are renting right now, and the fake media is telling you that you just can't qualify. Nobody qualifies.
Yeah.
Home ownership is unattainable. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. We are putting folks in homes
That's literally
right now.
That's clickbait.
That it is clickbait, and it's not true. Don't fall for it. Speaking of, I will be doing a home buyer class on August the 26th, Zoom at 6 p.m. Go to webringyouhome.com. But I'm also doing a class for financial planners and CPAs this month on the 22nd. It'll be a lunch and learn at noon. If you are a CPA, don't you want to save your clients as much tax dollars as possible? Isn't that your job? But what happens is when they do that, the client doesn't qualify for conventional financing because they've written off too much income. Make sense? Now, with my bank statement program and my DSCRs and my signature expanded programs, we don't care that you write it all off. We have alternative programs. CPAs, you look like the bad guy when you wrote everything off when you really should have been the hero. I'm going to keep you in the hero seat. Financial planners, same thing. I got a client right now. He was going to pull out almost $1 million to close on a house, $1 million. Now it's a $3 million house.
Okay.
He's going to pull out $1 million.
Yep.
I said, why don't we pull out maybe $750,000, $500,000? And we determined that he was averaging about 17% return on investment.
Yeah.
That's 17% on the $250,000 that I kept in the market working for him, actually almost made his payment for him.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. So don't pull money out of the market.
Yeah.
Don't pull any more money out of the market than you have to. The market's growing. Now this week, don't look at your 401k. It's not going to be pretty. All right. But it'll get better. Once we fix this thing in Iran, hopefully that's going to be done soon. As far as I'm concerned, I think we need to just wipe them out and start all over.
Yep.
Because the good citizens of Iran don't have the ability or fortitude to fight their own regime.
And it's funny, somebody asked me about what about the market? What's this going to do? I'm like, there's always something going on. That's a question like that. What about the price of oil? What about the stock market falling? Should I buy a house? What about interest rates being 6.5? So there's always something going on, but these things pass. The important thing is get into the house 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 2 years from now. You're going to look like a genius. Add up what you would have paid in rent, that 30, 40 grand a year, 50 grand a year. Instead of that, you're paying it to your house.
Absolutely. Buying a home is not spending money. It's reallocating the investment that will continue to grow for you. It's interesting. I was looking at crude is at $75 a barrel right now. Now we got down to about 68.
Yep.
Okay. But we were up into the hundreds. We're at 75.
Yeah.
Okay. Now market this week off a little bit, but I think that we're going to recover. I wouldn't panic about it. There's not room for panic in there.
All right. Now, so Bruce, so if we're looking at rates in the mid sixes and with what's going on, everybody's saying they're not going to get into the fives again this year. Be great if they did, but we don't think so. But if a buyer wants a rate in the fives, and I'm talking on a 30,
yep,
that can be done. What do we need to do?
You can either buy the rate down,
yep,
or you can do a temporary buy down. The temporary buy downs, I typically work when you have seller paid closing costs. So if you're a seller and you're trying to attract buyers, be willing to do a temporary buy down. There's different type of temporary, but they're temporary. They're not adjustable rate mortgages. They are a fixed rate mortgage, but they will give you a reduced interest rate for 1, 2, up to even 3 years.
And you're just you're prepaying that interest with a point on the loan.
The interest is prepaid, but it's paid by the seller.
Yeah.
Now let's give you an example. Let's just say your average rate right now is 6.5, and we do a 1-1 buy down. That means I'm going to get you a 5.5 rate for 2 years. The seller actually paid for the rate buy down. You cannot pay for it yourself. The seller has to pay for it.
Okay.
So you get now a 5.5 for 2 years. What if interest rates next year go to 5.5? That buyer can then refinance, and the money that was left to pay for that extra year that they didn't use goes back to my buyer. So even though the seller funded
it's like an escrow account.
It is an escrow account.
Okay, great.
It is an escrow
And that's
account.
the difference to know. And then sometimes if you're close, depending on how much they're putting down or people are looking at payment, like we just did one, house appraised for $10,000 more than we thought it would. We raised the price, added 2% of closing costs, and you use that to get 2 points. And he ended up at 5.875.
Isn't that insane?
No, that's just good advice.
And that was not an easy loan too. We dragged that one across the finish line.
So that was
a tough one.
Taking the cat to the bathtub. Yeah,
what's your phone number, big guy?
407-352-8118. So that's what's important, realtors, to have your buyers talking to somebody that knows what's going on, knows the right solution for them. Buyers, most of the time, they're worried about where's their down payment coming from. And that's why I love for closing costs to be paid. There's also, and I like the temporary buy down because there's also a getting to know you period on the house. The first month you move, oh God, oh wait, are we getting the upgraded cable service? Oh wait, oh, my lawn service is going to cost a little more here. Oh wait, our power bill is a little bit higher. Those kinds of things. That's why I love that temporary buy down.
I've got to fix the step.
Moving costs.
I've got to paint the kids' room.
Yep.
I've got, and you know what? I think you're right. And I didn't really think of it that way, Cleve, but it makes sense that you're always going to have a little bit more expensive the first 6 months of buying.
Well, they say this is what big part of the economy. Every time a house sells, I believe it. I haven't seen the numbers in the last year or so, but it used to be like in the first 6-7 months, there was about $60,000 spent by the homeowner
on average.
Moving costs, new appliances,
now,
whatever they're doing.
First time home buyers think that you have to spend $60,000.
That's just an average of all homes. But it's a lot of expensive window blinds, the things that you just want to make it a home. And I just think everybody should ask for closing costs if you can get them. And it helps. It's in the price of the house. You hoard your cash. Hoard your cash. And once you're all settled in, and if you got extra cash, then send that money to your debt. Send that money to your financial advisor.
You can put less money down on a home. You can do it. You can put less money down, but make sure that your money is working in the market. Now, if you're one of those folks that have no idea what your rate of return is on your 401k and your investments, maybe you should put more money down because you don't know what you're doing with your money anyway.
Or we can show you.
And we will show you. We will put you in touch with the right people. That's what we do. Cleve and I are very much vested in making sure that you have financial success. Your financial success means that you're going to refer people to Cleve and I. So we want you to have financial success. 407-250-9144 for the Lone Ranger. That's 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Down payment assistance, I got it. Solar panel program, I got it. Hometown Heroes, I got it. Refinance, I got it. VA loans, I crush it on VA loans. Go ahead, shop USAA and all that.
You talked about a refi real quick. You talked about a refi where you wrapped up a bunch of debt the homeowner had.
Absolutely.
And even though they had a 3.5% mortgage, they went to a 6, but you wrapped up a bunch of cars and motorcycles and their overall payment dropped. And they could just make the same payment they were making and pay that stuff off.
So here's how that works, right? So a lot of you are stuck on not getting rid of that low interest rate that you may already have. I get it. But when you are needing to consolidate debt, your low interest rate is tricking you. So let's look at it and say, is it better to get a home equity line of credit, or is it better to refinance and consolidate it? Because I can show you how to save money by refinancing and then accelerate the payoff so that you're not dragging a car out over 30 years by including it in a mortgage payment. 407-250-9144 or go to webringyouhome.com. Lone Rangers right here, ready to help you. Cleve?
40